Hello my good students, welcome back to our Napoleon Total War series playing as the Austrians. It's been very spicy, hasn't it, due to some massive campaign mistakes we've been making, and that is largely not liberating Bavaria on the first time we occupied it. Having said that, we're now in a decent position, I think, to try and go for that. So we just need to watch out for Napoleon and Marshal Ney to see what they do. Whether they decide to retreat, go for Tyrol, or go straight into Bavaria. If they do go into Bavaria, we're going to have to retreat a tad and bring both of our full stacks in that area down to bear on them and try using our agents to our advantage to try and sabotage their movements so they come in one at a time. Easier said than done. Let's go straight in, see what we can do about that. Alrighty then, so how are we looking as a little recap? We have a spy over here with no movement, that's not a problem here. We did fail to sabotage the movement of this Württemberg army over here, but we can bring up our spy over here to help out, get that in position to have a look at Marshal Ney perhaps. He's got a very nearly full stack there, that's going to be really nasty, especially with the colonne d'attaque there. It does have a very nice amount of morale, doesn't it? With 500 troops. Severely worsened accuracy, but with the volume of firepower over there, it's going to be rather nasty indeed. Let's... gonna have to save this spicy tactic for a bit later, unfortunately. Let's go for another merchant house over here. And I think really want to start upgrading our barracks and such over in Venice so we can help out with our replenishment and stuff. So that we can recruit new units. Going to go, oh, we didn't actually get the new Fusiliers off, that's interesting. But they're going to be needed now, so that's not a problem at all. They're going to come in, we might want to recruit some more Chevaux Légers just because these Hungarian Hussars over here are going to take so long to replenish. That's not too much of a bother. Our current income is 5.7 thousand, so we do want to have a look at upgrading our income. We'll get an opera house over here and we'll start doing things like that because opera houses do give you 8 per turn to your wealth, and that is very nice indeed. So let's do that, or do we want to go for a new course of justice over here? They'll help out with repression, increase our tax rate. That'd be a fair bit of tax actually from here. Could do that. I think getting the opera house first would be a bit better because that will help out with our happiness there, which is not the greatest at the moment. We're going to go for another market building over here. Getting all of those up will really help us out in the long run there. It's going to reduce our coffers down to basically nothing once again, but not to worry there. Do wonder if we might want to still try and go for peace with the Kingdom of Italy there. Can we do anything really to sway them? Really the only thing is give them trade agreement and some technology, I think. So we'll try for that. Give them national debt, I think. No, they don't like it. Not to worry. Not to worry, we'll let this replan, go over to Italy. We might even have to delay that and bring 3 armies down over here, but that's not to worry. Let's end the turn, see what we can do. Finally, on the new turn, we get a new gentleman over in Austria. Does he have any traits? He's going to help out with civil technologies and +2 to all research. So what do we start off with? 2. Ooh, that university's really helped out over here. That is excellent. We're not going to shave off any more turns from that, unfortunately, but that will really help us out with future technologies there. Spy network established over here. I believe that's in Belgrade. Ooh, can see a very nasty full stack over here. Can't see much else going on. So it's time, I think. Sabotage that. It's not going to work. It was only 21%. That's not to worry. We do have some more infantry out. We've got a new 38 gun frigate as well. Okay, cool. So let's bring these out together. Should have 4 in total. Let's see what we've got. So could start going. Yeah, okay. Looks like they're either on this one or something in the Black Sea there. If we really wanted to, we could start getting these spices off of this trade node. I think that would be a pretty decent idea. So if we go for one merchantman from each port at the moment. What is really worrying is you'll notice Marshal Ney's disappeared. And actually, bloody hell, the groups over here are racking up. It looks like they've come south. So we're going to infiltrate this army. Oh, we bloody can't. And we're going to bring this down over here. I wonder if we can infiltrate this. Agent detected. That's really unfortunate. Yeah, so it looks like Napoleon and Ney are coming down here, and that is rather nasty indeed. We're going to have to get some more cavalry out over here. Let's go back over here. Unfortunately, we're not going to completely remove these. Do want to keep these back because they're very experienced. We can't actually recruit any just yet. So we're just going to have to bring them back to Vienna, I think. And we'll recruit, I think, that should be okay. That's going to be 1, 2. Let's get one more unit. I'd love to get some Jaegers out, really. That's not too much of a problem. Might have to replace these Jaegers actually with some more line infantry. Not to worry though. What we're going to do now though, I think, is bring round this army over here to reinforce this army and take on Bavaria over here. Okay, we are actually in reinforcement range over there. I was not expecting that. What do we actually have? Some line infantry, terrible line infantry, some very bad militia, just a couple units of cavalry. Even though these line infantry are very much experienced, they're still not amazing. We do have 4 skirmisher units as well, and some armed citizenry, which are actually slightly better morale than their trained militia. That's very interesting there. Do we take this as it is? I think we should absolutely fight this as it is, shouldn't we? Just because we'll take a few less losses, won't we? Just a few less, and we want a decent battle in this particular episode, don't we? So it's going to be a town battle. We might want to draw them out of the town there. I'm not going to siege it down. I'm going to take this instantly, and then we can liberate it. So let's get going. Okay, so on this battle after deploying, we're doing once again, you know me by now, we're going to try and keep our skirmishers somewhat hidden in this group of trees over here, backed up by our cavalry, which will try and draw the enemy out towards them. We've got our cannons not quite in range of the enemy, but on a nice little hill. Okay, since they're moving in, they're coming in range. I'm going to chance it, no worries there. Going to wait for them to come through the town. Ideally, I'll try and charge up this little hill to shoot down into them. I think we're going to try and do that. But actually, it's looking like they're going to try and go for a decent flank over here. Let's move up anyway. Get that started. Come up over to here especially, actually. Might want to bring our general over this side. We'll see how that happens. Did have our grenadiers in reserve. We're going to bring them up just in line with this group over here. I'm going to try and get in over here. Where are their cannons set up? That's not the best face for them. They are set up though. I'm just going to hit the buildings, surely. It's interesting. None of us are actually taking any damage at the moment, so that's ideal. So if we get decent positioning, shouldn't be the most difficult of battles. But so once again, I would love to sit on top of this hill and shoot down into the enemy. I really love that. Need to watch out for their skirmishers as well. Try and get into a decent position here. Okay, so I think we're pretty much in a decent position here. Our skirmishers aren't necessarily hidden because we're still moving within this woodland over here. That's just so we can get into a decent range and firing arc of their own Jaegers over here. Once they move up, we can pounce on them and shoot them in the backs. Do have our cavalry going in to flank them over here, which would be very nice indeed. Can we shoot these? We're not quite in range. Don't want to bet that they've got a better range than us. They aren't facing us either. Rather interesting. We're coming up actually onto this hill as well. Might want to try and specifically take cover behind this wall, which you will do. Let's just double check how it's going to go. Let's cancel that. No, come on, get on there properly. Get on there properly, please. There we go, like that. Tad fiddly. We're waiting in these trees as well. We are hidden there, as denoted by the symbols on these unit cards. And if they come close enough, we will surprise them. Do have range onto these skirmishers here. They have set up some spikes, so we don't want to bring our cavalry in from that particular direction. We're going to bring them all the way around once again then, so they're ready to do so there. Might want to bring up this group over here. Waiting over here once again as well, and we are firing out while they're not in formation as well. That's absolutely brilliant. Look at their terrible morale going right down. We've got some Landwehr, armed citizenry. No wonder that's going down so quickly. It's not their true line infantry there. Let's go over here, see exactly what's happening. Yeah, I think we want to not exactly hide behind this wall here, but get round there so we can encircle them. And this is what we were waiting for, going down into the town here with a decent formation behind cover as well, while the enemy are not in cover necessarily, and it's a terrible formation. That's absolutely what we wanted there. Let's move forwards over here so we're grouped up properly. They've squared for some strange reason. Probably expecting our cavalry to come in already. That's not going to be the case, unfortunately, guys. I've judged it wrong. We are still wary of those spikes, which are just here. So what we're actually going to do, they haven't got any spikes, oh, they do now. Okay, if we come in from the flank, that shouldn't be a problem. What we're going to do is charge this group over here, I think. We're coming from the back. If we start losing people to these spikes, that'll be rather... Yep, that's not so bad, but we will have to come through the enemy now to not hit those on our retreat. Yeah, we're doing okay there. Excellent. And we'll charge these guys in the back. We're not actually active over here, so we're going to bring this group round. Excellent, excellent. So let's not hit those spikes. So let's move back out here and charge these guys in the back. That Landwehr cannot form a square, and it has terrible morale. We're going this way into the spikes as well, so we should be okay to do that. General's under attack. That's only just stray shots. He is rather far back. We're going to pull him up in this position here. Cannons firing down this line. I'm going to try and go for their cavalry over here, which is threatening us. We should actually charge into this group over here. I want to come back out over here to avoid these spikes. And actually charge down the Jaegers over here so they don't come back. And therefore, we're going to move up once again with our skirmishers. It is a slightly uphill charge here, but not to worry. It is working. We're going to pass straight through them though, because their cavalry is coming back round. We don't want a flanking charge into our own cavalry here. We have a brilliant downhill firing line on here as well, behind cover still. That's absolutely amazing, but they got a very nasty shot on us there. If we come and take the hill over here, let's double time that, and we can bring this group up to help out with that. I think very thick line, not ideal, but it will do the job for the minute. We need to bring these guys up to support our back line here. We're going to get very close for a decent attack, and we need to bring up our main middle line here, our centre. Still struggling a bit with these guys. So we do need to bring our cavalry down. The Jaegers will start firing out here. Just very wary that we're still on the spikes is the problem. Let's come back. If we retreat this way, come through here, I think, and bring the rest of our cavalry back down. Yeah, we're taking a little bit of friendly fire, but it's just, I'd have gone back if it weren't for those spikes. Let's square up here, both groups. Just bring our cavalry over here to rest a little. Look at that. Absolutely brilliant there. Yep, didn't even make contact with that charge. And we are going to stop here and actually start firing. Let our cavalry rest and recover over here. We'll bring this group in to help out with this charge. I think we'll just come back. Need to really come out of that. How are we doing over here on our flank? Not too bad. Could be going better. Still firing down into this group, which is brilliant. And we're going to start getting on this flank properly here. Look at that. They started a charge over here, which is rather interesting. Let's get on top of that. Double time that. Whilst our cannons up, so let's fire down this line if possible. And we have mispositioned this. Let's bring up our skirmishers onto the hill here. And we can move our centre up over here as well. Should really use a thinner line here, but now that we're in the fight, I don't want to reshuffle. Otherwise it's just 3 shots for the enemy there. But we're handling it quite well. The cover really helping us out here actually. Look at that. That is really, really good. Do have some skirmishers over here. Might force a melee charge on that, to be honest. Just because the firing position is going to be rather nasty over there. So we're going to melee with this group into the Jaegers, and this group can come out and protect our flanks against the Landwehr over here. Look at this. One last charge from the cavalry and the entire centre there. That is disgusting, but they're instantly routing. And we're going to shoot. You bet we're going to shoot them in the backs. We're in guard mode, so we're absolutely fine there. Look at that. They're squaring right in front of us as well. I'm surprised. Probably can't see their hands in front of their faces with the amount of musket smoke over there. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We do have some Jaegers over here firing at us. We're going to charge them in the backs. And of course, they can't perform a square, so they are absolutely screwed. Look at that. Okay, so what else do we have? We have their cannons, we have some armed citizenry over here. We have this flank to make sure we deal with. We have dealt with their Jaegers over here, so we're going to come out of melee mode and come to the flank of this group to help out with the Landwehr over here. Oh, that's brilliant. That should tidy everything up. I think we will threaten the flanks over here, but they are in square with our cavalry. Don't want to take the friendly fire though, so actually what I'm going to do is charge down the... Oh, no, halt that. Just noticed the line of spikes here. Let's come round this way. That will absolutely wipe us out there. We do have this group still recovering. That's not a problem. We're running low on troops anyway. How far does that spike line extend? Just round here. That's so far. Taking a bit of time, but we'll get there. We'll get there. Spending a lot of ammunition actually, especially on our skirmishers. Okay, now we're getting shot in the back here. We're going to have to just about face very quickly. We could bring this group down. I'm not entirely sure how we'd deal with these guys in the town. I want them to come out really. We should be clear of those spikes, so we can charge down the armed citizenry now. Is there a hill we can take with these skirmishers? There is. Let's form a tight group there. Are they going to get to fire? Yeah, they're getting a few shots off before we get in, but we will make contact. Look at that. Cavalry charges are really saving us in this, aren't they? They won't be able to fend that off. It looks like they're coming out to meet us over here, are they? Might bring our general up over here. That's the wrong button. Bring him all the way up. If you just run very quickly, please. We have pretty much dealt with this group. They are going to come back, I think. Yeah, they're going to come back. Let's try and run up perhaps with this group, or run our cavalry round in a second. Still got all of this to deal with, so we are going to bring up our centre. Deal with that. And retreat with our cavalry so we don't keep getting shot. We need to be very wary of these spike traps actually with our cavalry. Very, very wary indeed. What is this group doing? They're trying to fire into our backs. They absolutely are. I think we should charge these down really. Yeah, this group's fine. Let's try and about face. That's the wrong button. Charge them down to stop them firing, give them a bit of a morale shock. Can we see up that hill? I think we can with our group there. Shooting them in the backs then, guys. Are you reloading? What's you doing? Can see them. There we go. That will sort them out. So let's stop advancing on that. Sort out our line. Shoot them in the back. Okay, our cavalry's a bit of a mess here. Let's just come back. Sort out our line here. We are advancing, so we did forget about that. Let's start that properly. Run up double time here and tell them to halt in just a second. That's just a little bit of mismanagement there. Let's turn up over here, get that, double time it. I think we'll run into the town here with this group. There we go, sorted that out quickly enough. Has really hurt our grenadiers over here, unfortunately. I think we're doing alright. This group just won't won't learn their lesson. Let's line up once again. And wait for them. Got our general over here now. Gonna bring him to the centre now. What we're going to do with this group is once again form a melee charge, I think, right in their backs. Firing on this group's flank, not to worry there. Going to move up over here so that this group isn't firing on us so easily. And then we can run down the cannons, I think. Come on their flank over here. Might have to run out of that. It's okay. What we could do is run into this building, but we are running out. It's not a good idea, was it? That's okay. Run out over here actually and help out with that. About face over here. Get into those cannons. And watch out with this group here, I think. That's now threatening our general a tad. Really want that group to just bugger off. Let's come back into the back of the town here. Yeah, the cannons are not going to be able to fire on us like that, so that's brilliant. Let's keep going. Yeah, brilliant. These guys can help us over here. And they're going to start firing over here to help us out.
Glorious victory, sir, is soon to be yours.
There we go. There we go. Excellent. We're in on those cannons, got them routing. Just these two groups left. And that'll be it. And once again, I will challenge that. I wouldn't say heroic. That one group that charged into the town then had to rout off. I did take heavy losses there. Not the best idea there, but you know what? That's absolutely fine. But we have taken Bavaria once again. Finally. Thank you very much. And we will liberate it this time. So, you're changing hands, Kingdom of Bavaria. Under Austrian domination there. New nation arises, the new Kingdom of Bavaria. Excellent stuff. So, we are now an attacking general. and we now have +3, even more command when attacking there. I was hoping we'd get something a bit better. I'd like something to help our morale, maybe our campaign movement range out there. Not to worry, we are going to have to move back once again to Salzburg there to replenish. We might have to push down actually both groups, try and see about Napoleon, but neither of them can move now. So we're going to have to end the turn there and see how that pans out. Okay, so around the end of the turn, we have got a construction report. Our roads are up in Austria, which is brilliant. Got some trade ships about. We've got some troops in Venetia. We have a French army bearing down on us. Really worried about where Napoleon might be. We didn't get any sight of him, so we're going to have to make a spy network in Tyrol over here. Luckily, no one's in Austria themselves. We did actually have to auto-resolve over a battle over here. I didn't want to take that myself because it was so basic. Just a couple ships fended off from the Ottomans over here, and it looks like we didn't take much damage at all in that. We gained some experience as well. See if we can find where they routed to, because it'd be great to really get rid of that. So didn't actually catch sight of that. It's given us a nice sight over the Ottoman Empire as well. Can't quite see them, but we're going to try and raid a trade route over here. And we're going to get our own merchant ships to work as well. Let's merge them over here. Now, let's go over here. We're going to check our income, 4.3 thousand. Would like it to be better. What difference is that going to make? That's going to add another 1,000 onto that. See, just 2 merchant ships. That's the difference it makes. Really, really good there. We're absolutely going to invest in that as we keep going, like so. And what else can we invest in is the question. More infrastructure, tad expensive. No need to rush to metalled roads. Just do that bit by bit. I think what we're going to do is try and get more tax income, really. Let's go out over here. Can we do anything over here? Looks like the Ottomans have retreated their full stack. That might be what we see over here. I didn't catch the name of the leading general or anything, so we imagine they have 2 armies. Need to keep an eye on that, absolutely. So once again, we're going to keep this guy in Belgrade. Not quite yet. We'll do that in a second, but he'll stay in there and build up a spy network later on or down the line. Do we want to upgrade to get better cannons down the line? Not really going to be using cannons a lot because they're not the most reliable. I think we're going to try and save up some money, really, to be honest. Might want to try and catch up this Württemberg army as well before it moves down. That's the problem now. But I think really the problem is we're going to have to come back and come back to Venice, or Vienna, and retreat out of here, come round to Italy, see what happens with that. Now that we have created our own kingdom of Bavaria, that might tempt Napoleon out to do something there. We're going to bring our spy out over here, try and get us some range on the Württemberg army over here. I think that's really all we want to do this particular move. So yeah, we're going to try and save some money. Not a lot we can do diplomatically, we can open trade with Kingdom of Bavaria. Let's do that. They have said yes, that's brilliant. And that's going to push us to 6,000 income this turn, which is brilliant. That would bring us to roughly 10,000. Yeah, I think that's it. How long do we have on technology? 1. Oh, that's going to really help our replenishment. I can't wait. Let's rolly bloody go. You wouldn't bloody believe it, would you? This is going to sink our merchant ships, I bet. Even if we do retreat, we're going to have to just chance it, though. Yeah, there we go. Bit of a fool to bring them out without protection. That was really what I was hoping to do with the 38 gunners. We can rebuild, though. Not to worry there. Finally, technological advancement to logistics. It's felt like a long time coming, but we will absolutely feel that, I assure you. Yeah, a bit of a shame about our trade ships. That's, you know, we knew that Victor Giron was about. He was raiding our trade routes previously. So once again, I think what we're going to do is, even though we're so far away from that, we are going to try and raid the Ottomans over here. Where are they? Just over here. Look at that, just a couple merchant ships there. Just to hamper them, put a bit of pressure on them. Excellent. We could bring this round, repair up, and try and take on Victor Giron. We do have our farms, our merchant house in Austria. That is excellent. Fleet destroyed, not to worry there. Ancillary gained for Ferdinand Österreich Esther. -1 command when leading cavalry units. That's not the worst, but not the best. Do have, of course, some more merchantmen in backup, but we're of course not going to send those out just yet. So what we're going to do is bring out some more 38 gunners to reinforce our incoming ones, which already exist. We can see this army here. I'm really, really worried about where Napoleon himself is, though. We're going to keep garrisoning Venice over here, replan up. It's not overly helping over here, actually, with our chasseur. Is it going to be better if we stay over here, perhaps? That's going to be a bit better, actually. It'll be a couple turns. That's brilliant. If that's the case, I really want to replace a few of these line infantry with some skirmishers. Just a couple, I think. We do have some already over here. We've got some Grenzers. So what we can do is bring out two... I think 3 will do, actually. Yeah, just that, the Grenzers and these Jaegers already over here. That'd be brilliant. So we'll do that, merge that, and then we can start moving on over to Milan over there. How's our replenishment looking over here? Actually, not bad at all. Just a couple turns, I think, to deal with this one, and a couple turns over here. We'll actually put these inside Vienna. Might just help out a tad. Not particularly, but that's not to worry there. Now that we have a fairly decent income, we can start building up our armies once again. But I am going to use our currently decent treasury to have a look at Galicia, actually, very quickly. Yeah, we're going to get a better course of justice. Do we want to do that over here? Ooh, there's a fairly sizable Ottoman army over here, actually. Might have to start dealing with that soon. Start dealing with it already, actually. Going to go for the larger army there and try and sabotage it. They do have a proper general, though. It's not, yeah, it's not guaranteed. It's not the best one, though, is it? Got some militia. Got some, yeah, they're musketeers. You can see with only 3 on their militia, it's pretty much guaranteed there. And 5 morale on their Janissary musketeers. I think we're going to have to start building up over here, aren't we? That's okay. If we recruit over here, we can... I would love to get out some Swiss line, actually. Yeah, if we do that, we can get their morale and such up. We'll get them experience by fighting the Ottomans. And then they'll be ready to take on the French later on, I think. So let's do that. What else do we want to do? I don't really care about diamond formation, to be honest. It's okay, certainly nothing wrong with it, but it's not the most pressing thing. Army Corps organisation would be decent for -5% upkeep costs. We did have that mission for poverty control laws, didn't we? It's not the best, though. Land drainage isn't particularly bad. I think we get more money out of that than Army Corps organisation at the moment, and it will take a couple turns less, so that is brilliant. Haven't got anything on this particular gentleman just yet, but that's not to worry. So how's our happiness looking generally? Still a bit sketchy. That's okay. Still thinking about building up some money to help out with that, but for that we need our armies outside of Vienna. I think for those who have played this game before, you may well think, may well have an idea of what I've got in mind there. So I think another passive turn, really, but I think that's really all we can do for the minute. Well, it appears Napoleon was hiding in plain sight. Must have been just going along the tree line and ambushing stance everything. He's going to take Prague. We're not going to surrender. See if these sieges are out. That'll work to our advantage. Luckily we have moved into Salzburg there. I think that army should be able to catch up with him. That's going to be tough. That's going to be a bit tough. It's only going to be armed citizenry garrisoning that. Don't think we can reach that from Vienna. We do have a merchant house in Bohemia now, and yes, that's coming to reinforce this army in Austria over here. Excellent. Yeah, we can't quite make that, but we can reinforce. Which is the better army over here? I think this might be the better one to use. Yeah, I think this will be the reinforcing army. So let's bring that up as far as we can. Just bring this army up first because I don't want to block us off there. There we go. Okay, so we still can't see what's in there. We know we've got Young Guard. We have seen this before, of course. It does have some Swiss line, which is going to be nasty. Be very, very nasty. My only problem here is that we do have some slightly damaged Fusiliers over here. And our cavalry isn't 100%, but it is fairly well experienced. And that's going to be needed. So, I think we're going to go in and do this. Okay, so it's not necessarily a full stack. Should we count this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 units. That's absolutely fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 line infantry there. So we absolutely have the advantage of numbers. We have the cavalry advantage as well. I was expecting some heavy cuirassiers, but they do just have some lancers and the usual chasseurs cheval. The biggest problem then is going to be the Swiss and the Young Guard. You can see that 21 morale and 37 accuracy on that, as well as some very respectable melee stats on that. They do have the artillery advantage, and Napoleon will deploy second. That's because, of course, he's a very highly rated general, and he does have the spotting balloon over there. So even if he deployed first, he could see exactly what we're doing. That's more of a, when you're playing as him, though. So we have room for error because we have a reinforcing army here, and we have the garrison over here, which is actually more than just the armed citizenry there, which is brilliant there. We've got some Archduke Charles Legion there. But yeah, we should be able to do this with just the one army. If we're fairly smart about it, we can encircle them. Let's ruddy bloody go and take on Napoleon himself. Okay guys, so we have deployed. Our cannons are chancing the range there. Rather interesting, but the enemy are going to attack. Let's see if we can find their elite units. Their Young Guard is on this side over here, and that is brilliant because we've chanced it and put the majority of our own elite units on our left flank here, so they can curl around. I'm actually going to try and take the cover over here, try and take the hill if we can to begin with. Let's put... Can we move our units up here? We can, just struggling a bit there. Let's bring them all the way up over here and push up over here, I think, like so. That's going to be some difficult terrain apparently. Interesting. Let's push our centre up. I think we'll get a couple units into these trees here and push up like so, like that. And that will still let our cannons fire over our units there because we are on the lip of a hill here. And once again, we're going to bring our skirmishers onto one big flank. We're going to try and take this hill here. And we are going to bring our cavalry round there. Might have to bring them round to the left flank to help out with the Young Guard. But I think we'll be okay with that. I really think we'll be okay. So I shall see you in just a second when we are in position. Okay, so we're just about to relocate our cannons just to get the tiniest bit more range on the enemy there. We can start firing out. I think really going to go for their cavalry. That might even bounce over to hit Napoleon himself there. Did you see in that transition though? They've got their cannons right in the way of their troops there, and they are finally attacking us, which is exactly what we want there. Do we want to come back to the cover of the trees here? I think we probably do. Let's double time that before the cavalry come in. Then we can help out with the charge there if possible. I think we want to curl around a little bit here, get into the tree cover ourselves there. Yeah, there we go. Just a little bit of a shot onto their flanks there, and that's really going to make them worried there. Oh, that's brilliant. Let's stop. Do we need to square just yet? Not quite. The idea around here is to once again try and bait them out with our cavalry, or even just get a massive rear charge on them before we fire out with our Jaegers. May well have to square. We'll leave that to the last second just so we can get as many shots out as possible there. But yeah, they're still not entirely sure what they want to do, and they're getting in range of our Jaegers as well now. Let's square up now, because that's really threatening us. Don't want to take any second chances there. There we go, look at that. Yep, got them on retreat there. Just staying square for this tad, just to get some shots on there while we can. Look at that. This poor guy still attached to his stirrups. Oh, no, he went back up there. Cheeky. Oh, nope. Let's go back, reform square, please. Decided to finish their route. What are you doing? What are you doing? Oh, they're going to charge, are they? Okay. Maybe change that minute. Change their ideas at the last minute there. They are absolutely shattered now, so we can come out of square, and that's brilliant. So that's one unit of cavalry down. That's excellent. How are our cannons doing? Should be able to go on to this group now, I think. Their cannons are struggling a bit with the terrain there. It's really unfortunate they're not actually hurting their own units there. Now it's the turn of the Chasseur Cheval to give us a go. Got our general over here, since we do have the Young Guard on this side. I don't want to keep our morale up for fighting them. Which way the Chasseur Cheval are going to go? That's the question. And how are we doing over here? We might want to start actually getting on their flank with our units here. So let's just double time that. We'll get right on their flank with our cavalry here. And yeah, they're going to fire out on us because they do like to stay mounted with their guns. And that's not going to work in their favour. You do not want to just sit on your horses stationary in front of hundreds of line infantry. Oh dear. That goes without saying, guys. Yeah. They're not shattered, but they've taken a lot of losses. See if we can get our cannons on that as well. Yeah, cannons are coming in there. So they're not the most accurate. Really, with cannons, you want to get howitzers because they're more accurate, and of course, they don't need to worry about terrain so much. So we're not going to go very artillery heavy with our armies. I much prefer infantry. They are absolutely the backbone of every army. And they're not too sure what they want to do here. You know what, this suits us just fine. We can weather their artillery attacks here. We've taken a couple losses. They got a couple lucky cannon shots there. But if we can whistle down their cavalry, that's absolutely fine. We are shooting them in the backs now in their militia. Rather that was something better, but you know what, they'll go down. It's fine. Could try and snipe Napoleon here, but we've got obviously all of this line infantry here. Look at these conscripts. Very nice modelling on these guys. And they've got 500 people in that regiment as well. It's okay though. We've got some decent accuracy on these guys. We've got not quite in range by the looks of it with everyone. Yeah, not quite in range here. So we'll move up a tad just to get something better there. Yeah, cannonballs are still coming in for their cavalry here. Let's try and get them onto their Swiss Legion here, just to get their morale down a tad and give them a tickle. Yeah, we're struggling a bit with the hill over here, I think. So we might still want to bring our guys up a tad close, but just at the edge of our range here. Yeah, they're wondering about our cavalry now, aren't they? So let's bring up our centre. And we can start thinking about that before our skirmishers get overrun there. Yeah, that's much better. Not getting the most kills, although having said that, it's nearly 200, so that's very, very good. If that were a normal line infantry there, that would be rather thin on the ground there. That's okay, that's okay. Very tempted to go for these chasseurs cheval in the back, but again, these line infantry are just waiting to shoot us in the backs when we do that. Yeah, they're coming in now. Let's turn around here, we'll double time it. We are coming in here now. Let's double time this so we get in fairly decently there. Might want to run off very quickly here before these guys get in range and actually do some real skirmishing. We've routed the regiments of militia over here. So once again, I think before they get shots onto us, let's run off. And move up a tad with our line infantry there. Let's go for a thinner line so we get... Oh no, we're struggling with the terrain there. That's okay. Move up a tad. Double time it. Ooh, golden opportunity there. Golden opportunity. Oh, I missed that. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Here he is, the man himself. Oh, come on. Come on. There we go. Caught him. Look at that. The chasseurs cheval aren't too bothered either, and we're surrounding the Portuguese Legion over here. That's brilliant. Let's bring up our men better. Bring up our centre over here as well. And we need to move up with these groups as well. Who are they shooting at? We need to bring these round to the flanks a bit better, don't we?
We have killed their general.
Yes.
Now they must
yes.
break.
Napoleon is wounded. He will come back in the future, but not for this battle, and that is excellent. We are going to charge down the Young Guard. Oh no, where is the Young Guard? That's the Portuguese Legion. Young Guard are faffing about here, but we're still going to charge down the Portuguese Legion, even disarm their cannons if possible. We're stuck on something, though. What are we stuck on? Why aren't we moving? We're firing our cannons right into their centre here. Brilliant encirclement, if I may say so. No match for me, mate. One of our units is rousing, though. We need to bring our general down to help out with that. So we're being a bit late on our cavalry. Come on, we'll bring one unit of cavalry into these cannons, I think. What's this rousing? That's militia. The Portuguese Legion giving us a bit of a thrashing there. Let's move on up a tad, possible. Let's just turn over here. Come on. Move up a tad. I want to double time this really. Making a bit of a mess of it, but we've got in to stop the Portuguese Legion so we can fire at them in the back now. We can sort out our line while that's happening, get some more men firing on that. Cannon over here is shut down. Let's run out of that then. Portuguese Legion being run down as well. Oh, it's between a rock and a hard place there. It is absolutely shattered. Let's bring out our cavalry so we're not doing friendly fire on that. The French conscripts are still here. Look at that. Brilliant encirclement. The advantage of numbers, eh? Quantity, absolutely a quality all its own. Young Guard is routing. That's brilliant. Maybe we can run those down with our cavalry, make sure they don't come back. Do still have to worry a little bit about these chasseurs cheval, so I might just run these down. There's only 28 of them with this group before they get shot in the back. Just need them to be a little more responsive there. Oh, that's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Look at that. These conscripts are holding up though, aren't they? Instantly start rousing. So we do have this Swiss line now. We do have all of our Jaegers firing on that. And they're tired under all the small arms fire. Their general's dead. That's really hurting them around. Yeah, sorting out the young guard. Chasseur Cheval in a bit of a pickle as well. So we're going to move in with this line. Yeah, let's turn in, tighten up a bit here, bring in this one actually.
Glorious victory, sir.
There we go. Okay, cool. Let's bring our cavalry in to hit the cannons because they're point blank. That is really going to hurt us. That's the French conscripts there. I think they're going to come back. We don't need all of our cavalry to do the cannons. Let's bring one group in, bring the heavier cavalry in to sort those out. Look at that. Excellent stuff. Really, really good there. Oh. So won't need to worry about this army anymore. Actually walked right into our hands there. There's a little bit of a panic when they sieged Prague out of nowhere. But you know what? It's worked out, hasn't it? Let's stop our cannons firing now. And that's that. That's that. Excellent. Definitely a heroic victory. I will happily take that. Let's look at the results. You know what? We lost barely anyone there, especially compared to our recent losses at 575 there, 47 remaining. That's absolutely a dead army there, and some very nice experience earned as well. Look at the chevrons and these chevaux légers. Excellent stuff. Let's go. Napoleon is down. We don't even need to repair anything there, which is excellent. We earn Hero of the Army, plus 4 to morale in battles on Johann von Österreich. Excellent. And plus 1 to command when besieging as well. That is brilliant. We want to come back down to Vienna then with both of these armies, but we've run out of movement. That's not a problem there. Let's take a breather. We've got another bloody army coming down here. We've just reinforced Italy, Venice. While we think about that, it's going to hurt our replenishment a little, but we can still take on the army here. But I think that has to be it for today, guys. That was a couple battles, wasn't it? And bloody hell. I think it's safe to say pretty much sorted out the mess we put ourselves in there. Let's be rather spicy. I don't think that's going to work for peace. Do a basic peace. It says no, not a problem. Can we do that? We can't trade, that's not a problem. Nah, it's worth a shot. Worth a shot. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. That is going to be the end of the episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please do check out the Discord if you fancy having a more direct input on this series and any future series for the channel. But yeah, thank you for watching. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all of your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.